Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Fulton Street Beats and the first episode of Chibson News. That's right, we're going to bring you all the news reports that have to do with Chibsons as well as other Chinese guitars. On today's episode, we have some fun, exciting stuff, including some new products by Gibson. That's right, you won't want to miss this one, guys. Stay right there. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Fulton Street Beats. It is good to have you here again, and we have some exciting news that we are going to go over today. I hope you're in the mood to have fun, and I hope you are not a guitar snob, because if you are, you're probably not going to like this channel, but we're going to have fun regardless, because most of us do like this channel. At least I like my own channel. Maybe I'm biased. Anyhow, let's get to this. Today in Chibson News, coming to this channel, we have a build-off. That is right, a build-off of 3 guitars, and I can't call them Chibsons because, well, they're not Chibsons, but they kind of are. Are you confused yet? Because I'm really confused. I don't know what to call these things. There is no term invented yet to call these guitars. And these guitars are custom builds by custom guitar builders. Not Chibson builders, but custom guitar builders. That's right. Did you know that there is a good many Chinese builders that build just custom guitars? Yeah, blows my mind to know that at reasonable prices. And I'm going to present some of those to you, but with a little twist, a little flavor on my end, my brainchild, or maybe I should say my brain abortion. Sorry if you get offended. I apologize. But I had ideas, and we kind of rolled with them, and we'll see what comes out. You guys won't want to miss this build-off that is coming to the channel. I took 3 separate Chinese builders and put them to the test, and amazingly, they all agreed to do this, to put forward their best, to see who was going to be the best. And neither one of them, none of them, 3 of them, know what the other one is building. And neither do you. So you're going to have to stay tuned and watch, because we're going to present these to you in a way that is very fair and unbiased, and you guys get to decide which guitar is the best. I'm not even going to decide. You're going to decide. I'll give you detailed descriptions, detailed pictures, everything, and you're going to be able to figure that out. You'll be able to vote on it. And speaking of voting, let's go on to this little piece of news here. I recently put up a comment on my YouTube community channel. It was actually a poll, and let me see if I can get to find that poll here. Yes, as of publishing this video, I put up a poll, and the question was, and it was kind of a loaded question, guys, and I apologize for that, but sometimes that's the best way to make a point. Do you buy OEM parts for your replica guitars that allows the OEM manufacturer to make money on parts for your Chinese replica? A lot of things that the OEM makers hate is the Chinese replicas. And yeah, it seems that over half of you, almost 60% of you, upgrade with OEM, that's right, original equipment manufacturer, parts. Now, if you are, a investor in a company such as Fender, Gibson, what have you, any guitar manufacturer, and customers are coming and buying your parts, and 60% of the replica buyers, which is a huge market, and 60% of them are buying OEM parts to upgrade their guitars, you should probably step back and take a look at the big picture. Because if you cut that out, you're going to lose a ton of business. And that's just a fact. So I'm going to give you these statistics here really quick. And yeah, so almost 60% of you buy OEM parts. Now here's what the 21% say yes, they upgrade the hardware. So 21% upgrade hardware. 13% upgrade electronics, which I found very, very strange. In other words, they're getting some of these replica guitars and they're finding that the electronics don't need upgrading. In 2023, that is heavily the case because the pickups have came a long ways and a lot of them are now made in Korea. Okay. And 25% of you upgrade everything on the guitar using OEM. You ready for this? And buy an OEM case. So that's some pretty big money. So yeah, 59, 60%, probably more than that after this video goes up, are replacing all this stuff with OEM parts. So think about that. 25% of you do everything and a case. Huge market for OEM to take advantage of. Instead of knocking replica guitars, maybe they should embrace them a little bit. Don't cut your nose off to spite your face. That's what I always say. And the other 41%, you ready for this? This is the ironic part. The other 41% don't do a thing to them. Their motto is, if it isn't broke, don't fix it. And I agree with that. But sometimes we still like to mod, right? So, but over half of you do mod using OEM parts, and that's good to know. And I'm sure that there's a lot of you who also use parts that aren't OEM from other manufacturers, such as DiMarzio, EMG, things like that. But the point is, we all mod the guitars, and OEM would be missing out on a big part of their market if they did not have replica guitars to bitch about. All right, there we go. Let's move on here in news. And guys, I had to write all this stuff down because I wanted to get this information out to you. Custom builders are better than ever. That's right, custom builders are better than ever. Like I said, I have 3 guitars being made. One is already made, supposed to be, and on the way, should be here any day, probably within the next few days, although it is a very new guitar builder. We're not going to call it a Chibson. We're not going to call it a replica guitar, nothing like that. You guys are going to have to wait to see what it is. But what I will say about this, this one, the new sellers, they're green. And what do I mean by that? Well, you can tell that they're obviously not used to selling in an American market. There's a big communication barrier that you guys, I'm sure, have experienced if you've ever bought anything from China or had anything custom built. Big communication barrier, and they got to work on their communication skills and responses, timely responses. They definitely have to work on that. I'm not going to knock them. I know they're new to it, and you know, there's a learning curve. There's definitely a learning curve when you're a guitar builder and you're trying to share in another market in another part of the world. So keep that in mind. I'll go over the name of that company in a minute. And then we have a builder I am unfamiliar with up until recently, and not really unfamiliar with, but a builder that I never purchased from, and that's Kathy's Best. You guys have all heard of Kathy, I'm sure. I mean, she's a legend in the custom guitar community in China. She is the person that everyone knows over there, and she is the person that everyone has a hard time competing with her quality of her work. And I will tell you, she's building me a guitar. So what I was telling you about is not a Chibson, part of the top, these 3 that are competing. Yes, she is competing. And I have recently received pictures of the build, well, from the building process all the way through up until the point it's at right now. And I got to tell you, from what I see, holy cow, wow. Never expected the things that she can do with a guitar. But I could be wrong. I don't have it here yet. But I'm impressed. So far, judging by the pictures, she's very detailed. She goes over the little nuances that you may want or may not want with you. I was asked questions that I never even thought of about the guitar when I designed it in my head, if you will. And she's pulling it off really, really well. That is Kathy's Best Guitar. You can go and visit her website, www.kathybestguitars.com. That's right, it is .com. She has been doing this for over 16 years. And from what everyone says, she's the best in the business. I can't verify that because I don't know. I'm not affiliated, but I hope to be ordering many guitars from her, because if they are good quality, I'll definitely order many guitars, and not necessarily Chibson's, guys. This is not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about a guitar where you want your own. Say I want a Fulton Street Beats guitar, my own guitar for the channel. Fulton Street Beats on the headstock. It can be done. She will build you any shape, design, anything you need. Yes, it is a bit more expensive, but the materials used in the craftsmanship, and I mean, you could build it from your budget to a wild budget, but still come in way under what a custom guitar should cost you. As always, we always buy according to the information we have, do our best due diligence to understand your laws. And I can't stress that enough. Always understand your laws. Don't assume. Try to understand, because most of you don't, and that's a shame. And we're not going to get into it because we've been into it many, many times on this channel. It's up to you. Do your due diligence and research, and don't rely on that Google machine like you think. Go to the Department of Justice and look up the laws if you're here in the United States. If you're somewhere else, such as the UK, make sure you know the UK laws. Most people are very misinformed on both. So let's just put it that way. Okay, now, so these are the top three. Then we have another builder that is going to be joining in on that. The third builder is a shop, and they are an AliExpress shop, but also a custom guitar builder who will do anything that you want. That's right, your own logos, your own designs. And their store has changed. I think they expanded and they moved to a different store. They're working on changing the store name. I have bought from them before. Excellent builder. I did a request, came in exactly how I wanted, and then some. And that is shop 1103473269 store altogether on AliExpress. Keep in mind, everything that I give you is for transparency and media purposes. It is so you guys know exactly what's going on, and I can bring you the media, the information, and the facts. And that's what we're doing here on this channel. That is the whole goal of this channel, to make you informed, to compare big brands to small brands. And that's what we're going to do, no matter the logistics in between. Okay, so then we have, so that's the three that we have. We have Kathy. We have the first one that I didn't mention, communication skill, breakdown. Breakdown in communication. That is Hu Yang Sha Dawn. Yes, that is the name. That's the real name they're using. And Hu, for you that need to know, because I didn't know, is a man. It is not a woman. I assumed it was a woman. It is a man. And actually, the name Hu in the Chinese culture means tiger, or tiger that is fierce. So very cool. A lot of different culture variations between the United States and China, and I think it's really, really cool. Their culture is very interesting. I will tell you that the people that I deal with, that I have to contact to have certain things like this done, to work together, to see, and not work together, but just to request things, because we're not really working together. We are. I'm having a guitar built, and there's a communication barrier that we have to get through. But what I quickly learn about these people is that they have, their culture and the respect, more than you think, guys. They're very respectful people. And it's when you talk to these people, make sure you treat them with the respect that they deserve, because they're really trying to treat you with the respect that you deserve. This is not their government you're dealing with. You're dealing with people just like us. And believe it or not, they appreciate your business. They really, really do. And they're not trying to kill you on prices, which I think is a really cool thing to take note of. Unlike our big brands over here, which we'll get to in a few minutes, that really don't care if they kill you on prices. It's the profit margin. The higher the profit margin, the richer they can be. The more yachts that they can have, the more caviar they can eat, the better for them. And the worse for you. But, it's hard to tell a fanboy that. It really, really is, when it's ingrained and you have cognitive dissonance going on, that maybe you're getting screwed. Maybe you need to, if you don't want to get screwed in the future, maybe back up, say, hey, like your product, it's not as good as it was anymore, and you're overcharging. We're going to step back until you realize that you're too big in your ego and in your head, and we'll come back to you later on when you're doing things right. I think that's a logical way of putting it. I think, maybe, I don't know. Anyhow, so guys, listen to this. We have so much. This build off is going to be fantastic. And You guys are not, it's going to blow your mind. It's blowing my mind thinking about it because you guys are never going to believe what's coming. You're just not, you're going to see it and you're going to have a hard time comprehending what's going on. You're going to go look at it and go, you're going to go, whoa, I don't know what to call that. I don't know what to call that. What is that on the headstock? What is this going on here? Hey, what is that? You're going to look at it and go, I don't know how to classify it. I don't know how to classify it. And no, just so you know, it's not the Steve Vai Hydra. I wish. It's not that. So if you're thinking that, cool. Maybe someday we can do that. If we can find a builder who is good enough to pull off a replica of the Hydra, maybe we can do that. But that's a very busy guitar, right? I mean, we got a lot going on there. We have, a 12 string up top, a 7 string in the middle, and a 3/4 scale bass on the end with all kinds of phasers and all kinds of electronics and tubes, and I mean, you name it, that guitar's got it in it, and it is crazy. It's even got a harp on the end of it. Very cool guitar. Yeah, very heavy guitar. I don't know if my wall would support it, but you never know. Stranger things could happen at this channel. Okay, so we're going to talk about some other news really quick. If you guys are interested, 3D printed guitars. 3D printed guitars. My friend, I like to consider him a friend, over at Gear Report. If you guys aren't familiar with Gear Report, I'm going to leave a link in the description below. He does all kinds of 3D printed stuff, a lot of military gear, things like that, camping, military vehicles. He's into a little bit of everything. Good guy. He recently had a YouTube channel that was pulled down because of the way he labeled something in a fashion that YouTube didn't deem fit, and he was a newer channel, so they jumped right on him. Since then, he has learned to do things differently. Very good guy, and he actually sent me over a 3D printed. We're gonna go through this really quick. Let me show you here, guys. So this is the front. Okay, this is 3D print. This is the plate. And I'm only going to show you guys a few different parts here because I don't want to get too into it and show you too much. But this is, and I've done a little bit of work to this already. So let me do this here. This is good. Here's the body, cavity. What I am going to do with this guitar, and this is, just so you know, we've started mounting up some EMG hardware in here, and yeah, it's very cool. I mean, just a cool guitar. You can see how this is going to go. These little brass inserts that get melted into the plastic. We'll have to screw this all together. And there's a little tip on the end. As you can see, we're mounting up some active electronics in it. Going to be a very cool guitar. And then we have these covers that go over it at the end. And I think you guys are getting a picture of what this guitar is going to be already. So what I have to do is I got to find a proper bridge for it, because this this design that was done with this 3D printer is not your standard like Floyd Rose style stud spacing. It's more of like a Wilkinson M series floating bridge would be that come on your Leo James guitars, and that's what I'd really like to put in this. Is it, you know, I think they're a great stable bridge. We'll probably do that. And as you can see, it has a different style neck. So the neck comes in under the pickup here. So I got to find the proper neck for this. I am on the search. Harley Benton used to make a whole guitar kit that had the neck that I need that goes into this. So I got to look into that. They're very inexpensive. Maybe I'll just buy the whole kit and use some components that it comes with. Battery box in the back. As you can see, I got that wired up. Plates that go over the back. It is going to be a very cool build. I hope you'll stick around for that. Now this trem cavity I cleared out last night because this is all full of, and it's very clean looking now, but it was all full of the little where the 3D printer builds up, the little stabilizers that hold everything. So I just knocked those out last night, and when you look at it, I didn't think I was going to be able to knock them out because it looks like it's a solid piece, but it's not, and poof, they pop right out so easily. Very clean routing. Very cool. This is going to be a very cool guitar, and not light. Like, you might look at this and go, it's going to be light. And a lot of people ask me, I'm curious what the tone's going to be. Well, the tone's going to be what the pickup puts out. It's going to sound like an EMG guitar pickup. I've proved that time and time again. It's not going to know whether it's in wood or it's in plastic or polymer, what have you. The only thing that may change that you'll notice is sustain levels are different on different materials. Tone's going to be the same. That's going to be in the magnetic field from the pickup height to the strings and what strings you're using. That's going to be the tone. The resonance, the resonance is not gonna show on this unless we're playing it unplugged. However, the sustain is definitely going to be interesting for sure, to say the least. Two different things, tone and sustain, two different things, guys. Okay, so we're going to find a neck for that. Another thing, we got the Fesleys, guys. Listen, they're at the NAMM show right now. They're at the NAMM show as we do this video. And this is... Okay, so this is a guitar. This is the second one. We got, because you guys have seen the LP style guitars that they've sent. So this is one of their guitars, and you can see this looks very much, it's like a desert camo. Looks like a Charvel, doesn't it? I mean, it really does. It looks like a Charvel. These, now I can tell you this, these guitars have some of the best feeling necks that I have ever played. Like, they're amazing feeling necks. Beautiful maple, Canadian maple neck that they use on these. They have another version out. Now, this is a 22 fret. They have the 24 fret out with the flamed maple top. It just came out, and let me get you the name of that. So their new version is the FDK 800. I'm going to put a picture here. And this guitar, they are sending me. It's currently in transit. Should be here any day. I'm going to do a full review of this guitar. No, I haven't seen it in person and in real life, but it looks beautiful in the pictures. What's upgraded on it? Well, I know for a fact we got 24 frets. We have different pickups in it. There are now labeled Fesley. We have Fesley at the 12th fret. It appears to have that Purple Heart fingerboard that the LPs did have. Are these made in the Chinese Fender factory over there in the same place they make the... I don't know about this one yet. So stay tuned on that. I'll bring you that information as soon as I find out. Now, the interesting thing about these guitars is they're only $189. That's right, $189. Right now there's a $50 off coupon, so you get them for $189. If they're anything like their LPs were, they're going to sell out lickety-splickety. I suggest you grab one while you can. If you're interested, the most you'd have to do is send it back. They're on Amazon. But I found that their guitars are done extremely well. Fret wire, they still, I believe they need to do bigger fret wire on these things. And their older models did need some attention on the ends of the frets, but the fretboard itself, the way the guitar plays, the way it stayed in tune, was always really nice. You're getting a lot of guitar for the money that doesn't frustrate you, and that's the important thing on these. So I'm going to leave a link to these below. I'll leave an affiliate link. If you guys want to grab them on Amazon, that way you got one. If you like it, you keep it. If not, send it back. I know, but I'm telling you what, all three of the guitars actually before that I have got from them now have all been very good. So, yeah, I mean, simple things. Like I said, fret ends, but this guitar right here is simply a screamer. I'm really digging it. I can't wait to see what they used for a bridge on this one, if they upgraded it or upgraded the block or exactly what they have done. I can't wait. I know they're using a new tuner style on the back, so we'll see. I think they're a 1:18 ratio. We'll have to check those out. I wish they were locking tuners. They will be putting on jumbo fret wire in the future. Of course, that's what they're telling me. In the very near future, they wanted to do it on these ones, but they didn't have the feedback yet to do it. So I don't believe these ones have the jumbo frets. But I think they're medium jumbos. But still, they're going to be upgrading it. Hopefully, they take my advice and go to locking tuners with that trem system that they're using. It's not a Floyd Rose style trem, but I mean, I suppose you could do one later on. Yeah, so link for that will be below. So yeah, cool looking guitars. I like them. I really dig them. I think they're fantastic for the money and fantastic for any money, honestly. Great upgrade platform too if you want to. I tend to keep them stock because they play so well. I don't feel the need to upgrade these guitars. They stay in tune. They hold tune really well, and the ones I've gotten, it actually came with pretty decent strings. So I even kept those stock. So I'm going to lay this down here, and then we're going to go on to some big news. Big news. Okay, you ready for this? You got any Gibson fans out here? Probably not, but I'm going to bring this to you. So, Gibson just recently came out with... I'm going to drink from Groot here for a minute. Gibson just came out with their PAF set that comes in a little box. It's a limited edition. Computer scanned, to be precise, I believe it's a 59 PAF. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know. 59. Correct. I don't know what correct means to a 59 PAF because I think in 59 there were all kinds of different PAFs and they all sounded different. It was 59. Pretty sure they were hand wound, but I could be wrong. I don't think a computer was doing it in 59 or any machine like that, except for maybe a foot machine. But they all sounded different, and that's what gave us different tonal characteristics of the pickup. So they come out with a 59, and it's this pickup, and it's exact. I don't know exact. Like I said, I don't know exact to which particular pickup, maybe the one that they decided to use, but I digress. So it's in a little case, little guitar. It's not a guitar case, but it's got the same material that one of their guitar cases would have. I'm going to show you something special in a second. And you open it up, and it's got 2 Gibson PAFs in it, the price on that, and we made a joke about it, made a video. If you guys haven't watched the video, it's a little parody video. I'll put here a link to it right here. You guys go watch that. You're going to laugh. And keep in mind, it's parody. It's pretty funny. There's a few of them in there. I like to do parodies once in a while, just to drive a point home or just to make you laugh. So anyhow, these pickups are $1,000. They're a limited edition. They're limited to 1,000 pickups, 1,000 sets. And of course, they're going to sell out. They probably already all sold out. Anyhow, but by a lot of people with a lot of money who are going to never put these pickups in a guitar, and they'll simply look at them and put them on a shelf next to their guitar that they hang on the wall that they never play because they're too expensive. It's a collector's thing. Okay. You get a unique serial number showing your place in World Stupidity, where you paid $1,000 for some magnets and some copper. So a lot of people say, you don't understand, there's magic in these pickups. I do understand. I understand you drank the Kool-Aid. And Scotty's going to come beam me up any minute. However, I think they could top it. Maybe they have. Let's check this out. This is this amazing case right here. But what's really amazing about this case is, now this is what Gibson should have done to begin with, right? Now this is a display case with brushed brass latches, bound in fine Corinthian leather. But guys, they've topped themselves because now, for just an extra $1,000. So you got to look at the case. We're not talking a little square case. We're talking a full guitar case. For a mere extra $1,000, you can have this limited edition, limited to 1,000. So jump on it while you can. 1956 low E string. AI scanned from an original and wound specifically for your guitar. Now, you can't really use these on your Gibson because they cut them a little short. So they're not to be used. This is meant to look at. But wait. How can you get all of this for $2,000? Limited edition, numbered, in this beautiful, beautiful Corinthian leather case with brass latches. Well, let me tell you, they didn't stop there for your $2,000. They didn't stop there. If you open up this compartment, and this is a special rag on the bottom too to clean your string if you need to. Made of the finest imported nanotechnology, fiber weaved nano rags. It's unbelievable. All AI created. But when you open up, wait, there's more. You get a special bottle of Gibson toned wood spray. That is right. Are you sick of your replicas not sounding like Gibson toned wood? Simply spray them liberally. And now every guitar you have is guaranteed to sound like a Gibson. That's right. All of this for a mere $2,000. But wait, there's even more. If you join the Gibson Club at only $199 a month, you get the exclusive access to the other 5 strings. The other 5 strings every month for only $1,000 a string. How is that for a deal? Scanned from an original 56 to 59, depending on how they want to put it in there. Guitar string from Gibson. It's amazing. It's an amazing deal. And each one comes with its own unique serial number. Now, you can get these personalized for another $1,000 that has your name on it to show your place in Gibson history. Now, I think that Gibson is really stepping up the game, offering such fine products to you and me. What do you think? And on that note, folks, I want to thank you for watching Fulton Street Beats, and you guys have an awesome day. Hit that like button, share, subscribe. Make sure you come back. We got a lot of guitars to show you, a lot of cool things, a lot of cool builds. I love you all. Peace. And remember, it's rock and roll that makes the world do that spinny thing.